My name is Jessica Schleider. I'm an assistant professor at Stony Brook University in the clinical psychology program. And there I'm very fortunate to direct the lab for scalable mental health. And the goal of our research team is to develop brief interventions that are more accessible to the many folks who may not be able to access traditional psychotherapy through regular channels. We actually focus on developing the briefest possible form of intervention, those that can be delivered or completed in just one encounter or one session. Our work suggests through meta-analyses that even one well-targeted session or conversation or idea can actually have a lasting impact on well-being of various types. And one of the first interventions that we developed in this journey towards developing a suite of briefer interventions targeted this idea of mindset. And this construct comes from a lot of social psychological literature spanning about 5 decades. And the main sense of the theory originally was that people have one of two views of their personal traits and capacities. People tend to either view those traits as things that are set in stone or as things that are malleable through personal effort. For example, a person might believe that they are just intrinsically, inherently shy and have difficulty making friends, or that same person may believe that with effort and actually by pushing themselves slowly but surely, they can develop into more of an outgoing person or form new friendships when they didn't necessarily in the past. So what we did is we developed a one-session online module, essentially, that people can self-administer, teens specifically, teaching the idea that personal characteristics, including depression and anxiety, and symptoms and coping skills, are not fixed by nature. They're not traits that you're born with, but are in fact malleable through personal effort. Essentially instilling this idea that personal change is possible, trying to boost hope and a sense of agency in the kids who are receiving the program. And we ran a randomized trial testing this intervention, which was 30 minutes long, self-administered on a laptop, in 96 kids, ages 12 to 15, who were elevated in either depression or anxiety or both. And we followed up with them after giving them this program or an active control for 9 months. And we actually found that a brief session instilling the idea that change is possible, that it's possible for you actually to take steps to affect the kinds of changes you want to see, that had detectable effects 9 months later on kids' depressive symptoms per teen report and parent report. In terms of implication for psychotherapy practice, we've thought quite a bit about the application of this notion of the malleability of personal traits for overall psychotherapy. And to me, this seems like a key feature of introducing the possibility of change-focused therapy to a client. For example, within psychoeducation, and this is something that many clinicians do currently, but even making it more explicit, teaching the notion, and Marv has a really excellent way of doing this with his clients that I'm sure he describes in his video, that based on how the brain works, how brain science functions and is structured, you have the potential to develop new skills by practice and by effort. Planting that seed at the very start of therapy, to me, could have a potential to boost willingness to take part in efforts to affect positive personal change, to be more compliant with homework, to essentially lean into therapy just a little bit more and trust that it could work for them. And in fact, teaching the idea of a growth mindset, sort of the idea that emotions specifically can change, we found in a randomized trial improved parents' expectancies that therapy could actually work, both for themselves and their kids. So that's one application that I'm excited to see others explore in terms of psychotherapy.